it. 'Cause it was there. We're Art Sluts.
Happy New Year, everyone. We have a real treat for you today.
Yeah, we're listening to the KCOU interview with all of the Art Sluts and a DJ that was Brian Long, who's also a member of the music scene that we were a part of. And it's from 1985, right?
I think it was 1985. In fact, I think we mentioned that it was 3 weeks after we recorded our demo. We were definitely ready to take over the world.
Well, let's take a listen.
All right. Yes, in tonight's studio are the Art Sluts. And I'd like to welcome you to Gardening at Night. And if you'd like to introduce yourselves, feel free.
Hi, I'm Pam.
I'm Ann.
My name is Sheila.
And you know who that was. That's Teri. Don't tell anybody, though. All right. Well, let's start off with, needless to say, some of the stuff you will hear on this show, it might offend you, but so what? If you don't like it, then you're not living in the real world. Is that right, guys?
That's right.
That's what we're about.
Okay, well, tell me, what's your inspiration? You guys are totally unique. I mean, definitely the most unique thing that's ever hit mid-Missouri and Columbia, but also very unique in just terms of the art world and using music as a medium for your message.
Who inspires you?
We inspire ourselves, partially. You know, we like what bands inspired us.
Well, just what artists, what books, what,
Life.
you know, how to...
Mary Daly inspired me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say, well, I know
Audrey
for sure.
Rich.
David Byrne, for sure.
Yeah, Brian Eno.
Let's see.
Laurie
We
Anderson.
did
Laurie
a
Anderson,
songbook.
definitely.
We put out a songbook, and our influences were on that book. I mean, it was just sort of put together. But
Jerome Wheeler.
Grace
Jones. Jerome Wheeler.
And let's see, the Violent Femmes and the B-52s and David Byrne.
Eve Libertine of Craft.
Uh-huh.
the Cat.
And,
Felix the Cat.
Felix the Cat was on there, too. Who was that? Laura Anderson.
David
Yeah.
Letterman inspires me.
Well, that was Terry's, inspired by David Letterman. Anyways.
Yes, and that's the title of the next song, right, guys? Why don't you tell us about David Letterman? Why'd you write it?
Because I think he's wonderful.
What's so
And,
wonderful
you know,
about David Letterman?
He's so rude. He's as rude as I want to be, and he gets paid thousands of dollars to be that rude in public. And I think I could handle a job like that, and I'd like to have it.
All right, well, let's hear what you sing about David Letterman.
I know that a lot of people have, kind of heroes or superstars in the media, and I have one too. I know it's kind of silly, but my hero is David Letterman, and I wrote this song for him, and someday he'll hear it and he'll want to marry me. He will.
Yeah, Terry.
He will.
I want a talk show of my very own. I want to laugh at all my guests. I want a band that will tell stupid jokes. I want to be like David Letterman. Even when I was a little girl, David, you were an excuse to stay up late. I watch all the stupid pet tricks. I snack on Mr. Larry's toast sticks. And David, I'm in love with the space between your two front teeth. I want a TV show of my very own. I want to laugh at my own jokes. I want fan mail from around the world. I want to be like David Letterman. Whenever I get depressed about nuclear waste or my love life, or the government, or the imminent apocalypse, all I gotta do is turn on the tube. And David, you're there with your perfect smile. You keep me from feeling blue. I want a talk show of my very own. I want to laugh at all my guests. I want a band that will tell stupid jokes. I want to be like way you humiliate people, you're so rude. And the tacky fake New York skyline you sit in front of is so cool. I want a TV show of my very own. I want to laugh at my own jokes. I want fan mail from around the world. I want to be like David Letterman. And you know I like you in Velcro.
Oh, David.
All those famous people on your show.
Like Laurie Anderson,
David Byrne.
Bob
Stevie Herman.
Dylan,
Tom Waits.
Peter Tosh.
Allen Ginsberg.
Well, I just wanna be like them and sit next to you on the show. I want a talk show of my very own and get paid for having fun. I want the Art Sluts to write me a song. I want to be like David Letterman.
I suspect that there's already a package that is addressed to the NBC studios in New York. Is that correct? Or at least there should be.
It's a vicious rumor.
It's a vicious rumor.
Yes. Does David know about it yet? We hope not.
Yes. It's actually being hand-delivered.
Oh, hand-delivered,
Yeah.
huh? Which one of you guys is going to get the lucky plane ticket?
No, there's we have a friend that's in New York this week. In fact, she's in New York right now. And just gonna deliver.
Well, don't let Paul Schaefer get a hold of it. He wouldn't know what to do.
Oh, we'd love to give him the score, you know.
Yeah,
See
that's
how he does.
true.
Yeah, I bet
Yeah,
he could
right.
do some really neat
Nice guys,
synthesizer
maybe?
too.
We could probably do Nice Guys really well. Yeah, I bet he could.
Yeah.
Get the crack band behind him.
But actually, a videotape's going up there.
Oh, is it?
Uh-huh.
Of you guys performing that song?
Yeah.
Oh, super. You guys should get on TV for sure then. I mean,
Well,
Oh, who
we'll
knows?
see.
oh, you will.
See. We'll let you know.
Yes, yeah, let us know.
We will let
We'll
everybody know
publicize
what
it.
we do.
Hey, look, I'm gonna hire a plane to fly over and write it in skywriting.
All right, get a
Here, it's
sky writer.
dedicated.
You know, get the exhaust trail can say something
She's
before
gonna
the wind
have
blows it away.
David Letterman's baby, you know.
Oh, you are.
Yeah.
Well, I know he'll want me to.
That's good. Well, after hearing that song, I mean, how can't he?
That's
Yeah,
right. I
right.
mean, you can see that you understand him so well. I mean,
You know, I was
understand.
remembering also one group we didn't credit that I think was huge was, remember the Roaches?
I was going to say the Roaches. And you know why? Because at the end of David Letterman, we were imitating them when we did that four-part
You're
harmony.
right. Absolutely.
You know, and I remember also because I played the Roaches for David and Mark, and they'd never heard of them before. And I'm like, are you kidding? They were like, what? Because I kept singing, be on your guard, there's tricks on the loose. And they're like, what's that from? Because I sing that when I'm driving because there's assholes driving everywhere, you know?
Uh-huh.
And they were like, we've never heard of the Roaches. And I'm like, oh, come on, Teri and Suzy.
I need to do another deep dive on that one for sure.
And for a while, Anne, we were also going to put together an a cappella blues, like those dirty old blues women for the 30s and 40s. Sheila and I were really
Yeah,
into
you and
that.
Sheila were really into that. I think I was
Because it was like all the songs about reefer.
exactly. And
Called When You're a Viper, you know,
right.
all the coded
Uh-huh,
language
that's
around
right.
it.
All right, well, let's get to a little more formal part of the interview. Tell me about the individual components that each of you brought into the band and how and why you guys have meshed together and formed such good camaraderie
It just has.
involved.
It just has.
It
Just
was
has.
meant to
Yeah,
be.
it just did.
Well, it's like I was thinking about this tonight that a lot of musicians get together in a band because they are into music. They're musicians, quote unquote. And the reason we got together is because similar ideals and a friendship and just an undefinable connection between us. And so it just makes us real tight and
And that
work
was
together.
just something we started doing for fun.
Yeah,
How long ago?
3 months.
yeah.
Wow,
3
that's
months
pretty
ago.
good. Yeah.
Around the kitchen
Lots has
table.
happened, yeah.
Yeah.
Coffee and lots of funny cigarettes.
All right. Many great things have started that way. Just ask any jazz musician. All right. Well, the next song we have lined up on the tape
It's about
is
Sheila.
Oh, it's about Sheila.
It's about
It's
a
her-
problem of mine.
She wrote this song because she had to.
That's right.
Many of
Because
her
we
songs
made
are
her.
written
They help me
because-
though, you know. It's like
Yeah.
you'll understand after you hear it.
It's called Narcolepsy. All right. That was great. And that was yours?
Huh?
That was yours?
Well, you know, it happens.
Just naturally, right?
Let's talk about narcolepsy, because
Sure.
I loved in the interview how Sheila really alluded to, the issue with her, seizure disorder,
Right.
and the taboo of illness, which I think is still kind of with us today. But
Totally.
I love the fact that she was able to, in a really punk rock way, able to sort of, it's kind of like saying "fuck you" to cancer. It's like
Oh, I agree.
she was like, raging against what she was experiencing.
You tied it in there very well when you were like saying, "Oh, here's all the ways that we were able to speak authentically about taboo subjects."
Right.
And most of what we were doing was grappling for power by talking directly about things that we were told we weren't supposed to talk about.
Right.
And that goes into your when you cut your hair,
Right.
right? But it also so only one of the only ways we have to deal with virulent misogyny is by turning it inside out. Like, hey, sorry, I got to go to my show. That song, right?
Right.
There's also, we're choosing that authenticity is more important, that authenticity and self-acceptance is more important than the horizontal hostility of competing with other women and other people for the top prize of looking good.
Well, I want to explore your friendship, because that seems to be the most, it seems to be the most important thing to you guys. So that you guys are just really close personally, and out of that grew your musical and creative endeavors.
I didn't
developed
know any of
together.
these people.
Oh, you knew.
I don't know.
You wanted to.
Sheila and I used to live together and then Teri lived across the street, and she started hanging out. But we've gotten closer as we've done this. I mean, it's been a simultaneous process.
Sure.
Yeah,
Pam was just sort of a spontaneous reaching out. It's like, we've got to have Pam grab her, pull her in.
It was one morning at Ernie's, you know.
I was willing.
Just
It's not pretty being easy.
It's like our friendship grows in just like our music does from being able to talk about what really happens to us
right.
in our real lives.
That's
we
how
were
it
starting to sit
started.
around and we're like,
Yeah.
man, how come nobody ever talks about this
stuff?
It's
yeah.
1985 now, you know, and we still don't talk about those taboo subjects that you were told not to discuss
so-
when you were a child. And
Yes, as friends, we talked about these things, and just as a joke, after we had made like 10 songs, we thought, well, we could just go play. And we figured people would hate us because of the things
Throw
we were saying.
tomatoes,
Yeah.
But
yell.
it
We were
turned
scared.
out that a lot of people could relate to the things we were saying, and a lot of people thought they were valid, and it amazed us.
Yeah.
Most
Somebody
of
passed
the,
a hat
most
and
of
we
the
get some money.
response that we get is either extremely positive or extremely negative, but there's no in between. People either really like it a lot or they can't stand it.
yeah.
Wasn't that what you guys wanted to do when you
Yes.
started?
Well,
You wanted to
yeah. We like negative response
Yeah.
sometimes.
See, that's the
confront the
fun.
It
audience.
was really strange not to receive any for so long, you know. It took a long time.
Tell us about your trip to Biscayne Mall.
Oh, yeah. Well, one Saturday we just planned it, and we got off work, and
We all went to
Jumped in
Biscayne with an
Bucky.
acoustic guitar.
yeah.
Four-wheeling in Bucky!
We went in
Yeah.
different doors and met, and
Pretended like we didn't know each other.
and then we started talking to Pam, and Pam said to Sheila, "Can I see your guitar?" And Sheila looked at me, and she said, "You think I ought to?" And I said, "Yeah." So Pam started playing this guitar, and she said, "What's your favorite group?" And we said, "Oh, the Art Sluts." And she goes, "That's mine too. Which song do you like?" And we were like, "Oh, well, we
I
like."
like that David Letterman
Yeah,
song.
yeah.
And
So
I
we
knew how
walked
to
in-
play it. So
Yeah,
we just started
we walked
singing
into the bookstore and sang, and no, there wasn't really a reaction to children, you know. Like young children came up and they weren't afraid to just come up and stand and stare at us like we were being freaks to sing in a bookstore. But most of the people just sat there and read their books
Pretended
and
like we
kind of
weren't
looked at
even
us
there.
and
Yeah.
yeah.
And then they kicked us out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
After
I
I
think
think
one-
we had a following.
No,
but
we sang Art Sluts and Nice Girls.
Yeah,
Nice
it was
guys.
Yeah, it was
We
nice
stood in
girls.
front
I
of
think that.
the Junior Missy fashion store out there and offended a bunch of people.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah.
We got 45 cents in
It
a
was great.
donation cup, though.
So
We
you're
did.
on your way to huskering the
Yeah.
streets of New York
It was
City.
it was
right?
really funny because the junior high school kids that were there kind of followed us around for a while.
Yeah. We just sort of slowly made our way out the mall singing.
But just think of the inspiration you could have created in those junior high school kids.
Well,
Wouldn't that be
we
neat?
don't. No,
Yeah,
don't.
no, you never know where we're gonna show up next.
Yeah, you
though.
never
You
know.
never can.
Wait till
tell.
it gets warm, Columbia. We'll be everywhere.
Let's hear the next song. It's called Umbilical You, and why don't you tell us about it before we jump into it?
Okay, it's a song I wrote about a relationship I had with another woman, and that's what it's about.
Umbilical you, your gin stained heart has wakened me, staring at asphalt. Umbilical you, my rain-soaked eyes have taken me beyond any passions. Rock me like Aunt Jemima's baby. Throw me through Madonna's charm. Leave me stripped weeks of plenty. Shock me with your razor sharp dew. Run through me like a loving puddle, slithering into two.
That was really neat. It's kind of cryptic, Terry. It kind of sneaks up on you. Was that the way it originally was written, or did it kind of metamorphosize itself into that?
That's the way I felt about it when I wrote it, but it took me a really long time to get the
music
the
metamorphosed.
yeah,
a lot.
it was like one night we've been working on trying to make it
And then it just clicked.
congeal, and one night it
was
just
that piano,
clicked.
it was that piano part I figured out that dun dun dun.
because you were going to use it for something else, and then you decided to use it for that.
And then you were like, yeah, that's perfect. And then Pam came with the congas, and then later on we put in the bass line and
and
the
I
guitar.
started a little flute thing on it, and that, yeah.
Yeah, it's really catchy. It's a neat song. All right, well, I want to delve into more of the confrontation bit, which you guys are definitely, it's really neat because a lot of bands go out and play, and all they do is want to entertain. They don't want to make anybody think, and you guys definitely make people think. I've never seen you guys, which is really unfortunate, but from the reports of the Blue Note show, there were a lot of people who really liked it, and a lot of people who were really quote offended by it, and I think that.
But they stayed.
Yeah.
They stayed. We had a group
Even
of
the people that were
fraternity guys in the balcony turn their backs during one of our most intense songs, which is we're going to play tonight if we get to it.
We
called
will.
We Are Not Equal. Turn their backs and start singing a drinking song, and I didn't hear about it because I was performing. I wasn't aware of it, but someone
But
else
I
told
heard
me.
them chanting. I could hear them.
And the fact that they turned their backs and made such a strong statement, even though it was a negative reaction, it was so strong. It was like almost tribal, or like you're getting our territory. We're going to ignore you or something. It was
Wow.
really
right,
weird.
right. They were making a very strong response.
Well, there was another group they were sitting right on the floor to the left of us, and during the whole time we were there, up until probably about 20 minutes before we finished, they yelled and screamed all kinds of things.
And they
negative
got one
things
of
at
their-
us.
they-
But they stayed the whole time.
But it
They
didn't
paid
matter.
one of their
It didn't
one of their
matter, though.
friends $5 and to push him up to dance, to do the guy that danced to contraceptives.
Really?
They paid him $5. John Benton was telling me that
wow.
happened.
Wow.
They paid him $5 to get up there.
Well, the dichotomy you guys create in a crowd, the hate, and not the hate so much as the opposition and the love is really kind of neat. But do you guys want to, do you want to do that further? Do you want to create more of a division, or do you eventually want to unite these people?
Oh, I don't think really that there's that much hate.
No, it's more.
I think that
It's
the
rage,
division that's
and there's a difference.
Well, it's also just, when you cause people to think about such very intimately real things, it's upsetting to them, and they react a lot of different ways, and I think that someone that may have gotten angry at a first performance could maybe adjust to it and come back and enjoy it, kind of progress or something.
Well, the idea is for them to think, and
Yeah.
the ones who take it home and think and it hits something,
Yeah.
it does a lot of people.
Yeah, who knows
Spoken
if those
word.
frat guys, they probably may have thought about it one night before going to bed. And boom.
I don't know about them.
Some people are pretty damaged. It's
Yeah.
really hard to reach them.
But at any rate, it seems like most people relate very strongly to this, because if you didn't relate to it, there wouldn't be such a heavy positive or negative response.
Yeah.
It'd be like,
Right.
oh, that was nice.
Right.
Yeah. Or boy, you're cute.
But it is we do try to one saying that we've called ourselves is if you think it's funny but it's not. It's the Art Sluts, and it's the whole concept of how our shows are set up with very humorous songs that people open themselves up to and enjoy. When people laugh, it's kind of a form of opening yourself up to what's going on. And then our second set comes back with serious stuff, so you have an audience that is open and attentive.
Right.
That's a good idea. That's an
Yeah.
excellent idea.
Yeah.
Do you feel that you're alienating a lot of people, and thus they will not come back and never see you again? Does that bug you, or what do you feel about
I
that?
don't feel like we're alienating.
Because I've talked to people, and they've said they haven't said they're alienated in that one word, but that's the reaction.
The positive
It's
reactions
unfortunate.
are so strong from the people that like us that it's worth it to lose some audience. I mean, we're not trying
We're not
to.
out to
Yeah, I'm
please
not- I don't-
everybody. If
yeah.
we were, we
I
definitely
don't really
wouldn't be
care
singing these songs.
if people love our music or not. You know, I mean, that would be my hopes, really. You know, of course, everybody needs approval, but I obviously have enough self-approval to be doing this in public, you know, and so it's not like I really need. Yeah, the point is to make people think I don't want to become everybody in the world's best friend, or you know, have everybody like me.
Right.
I just want to be myself.
Right.
That's what you
And
guys
have
are
that
doing.
be okay.
Have
Right.
that be okay, yeah.
Okay, well, the next two songs are called Libido and Little Fingers, or is it Libido?
It's
Little,
my libido
libido's killing me,
is the
and
That's
then
the-
my little fingers.
And
Yeah.
how did these songs come about?
They just
But-
did.
From
Yeah.
thinking about these
One of them
things.
was just driving along in the car one day, just started singing the song.
Huh? Just popped into your head.
Yeah, and I went home and popped on the tape recorder and did it for the tape recorder, and it became a song.
Okay, well let's hear them.
My libido is killing me. Oh, it makes me do all kinds of stupid shit, like running round past midnight, drooling down my chin, chasing men. Oh, my libido is killing me. What am I gonna do? I just don't know. What am I gonna do? It inconveniences me so. It's my libido. Makes me act crazy. Makes me do dumb things. Makes me stand on my head and spin on my nose and then tap on my toes and run around and go, hey baby, what you doing tonight? Yeah, it's my libido and it's killing me.
Well, you know, Sheila, well, the other day after work, you know, I just walked into this bar, you know, just to get a drink, to relax a little bit, you know, just drink a beer. And you know, I know how you feel about your libido, but I think I got the solution to this problem, because I was sitting at the bar, ordered a draw, and I pulled out a cigarette.
This guy on my right's already got out his light, and I say to myself, oh shit, not again.
Baby, what's your name and how old are you? How long you been in this town, and do you go to school? Do you get high, and would you like to try to get to know me better? I said, okay baby, so you wanna screw? Well, there's just one thing I wanna ask you. Gonna jump off and lay your weary head down, 'cause I get better satisfaction when there's no one around, just me. Me and my little fingers, me and my little fingers. Well, I fantasize, romanticize, you know that no one satisfies like me and my little fingers.
Yeah, well, I was sitting at home. I answered the phone. It was a pretty nice guy that I know.
He said, tonight's at this movie that I really want to see, and I was wondering if you wanted to go. Later that night, after the show, we get in his car. He says, I'll drive you home. We get there and then he says, can I come in? I'd like to know you better. I said, okay baby, so you wanna screw? Well, there's just one thing I wanna ask you. Gonna jump off and lay your weary head down, 'cause I get better satisfaction when there's no one around, just me and my little fingers, me and my little fingers. Well, I fantasize, romanticize, you know that no one satisfies like me and my little fingers.
Thanks for listening to Art Sluts Radio.
Hey, if you identify with the Art Sluts, explore our herstory at artsluts.net. That's ARTSLUTS.net. And purchase downloads of our music wherever you stream music.
All contributions and purchases will go to support Planned Parenthood.
Currently, 21 states have limited access to women's health care, including abortion, and 15 of those have a total ban.
Talking about your abortion experience, voting, and donating to support abortion rights will make a difference.
I hate to leave you, baby. I don't wanna have to go. It's just my music, baby.